Sorry, guys, that had to be done.
Yeah.
Rip Aussie. Right, evening, guys. So we're back again. Our 13th.
Oof.
Unlucky for some. So, how is everyone tonight? Oh, we got two on already. We got two watching us already. So
excellent.
I think one of them's Linda and her television, though.
Yep.
Yeah, more than likely.
So, how is everyone?
Yeah, I'm a lot better than I was last week.
Yeah, you was poorly. Yeah, I must admit my flare up was bad, but I've had several hot showers today, and that's because I'm lucky because I've got the wet room. I've got the seat in there, so I can sit in there. I've been just running water as hot as I can get it over my legs, and it's helped quite a bit. Your head's looking better, Joe.
Yeah, it's it's the face that's bothering everybody now.
We could always do this, Joe. Oh, wrong one. We could always do that. Right, who would like to start this evening?
Oh, I'll hold my hands up. I've not had a chance through work to do a lot of research into this one. So,
to be honest with you, I've not researched it because where I suffer mental health and I've got kids with autism. I've got personal experiences that we've got a 4 now. Wow, already. Welcome everybody. Because I've suffered mental health my whole life and I've got kids with autism and I've worked with people with autism. I've got personal experiences that I've had and that my kids have seen and all of that. So I admit I didn't bother researching this one. So,
well, I know you've said your kids have had a lot of paranormal experiences,
especially in the house where they are. Yeah.
You got to wonder, is that down to them being kids, or is it partly down to the mental health aspects of things, or a mixture?
Thinking on that, the majority of their experiences were when they were younger, more so than now they're getting older. You think CJ's 12 this year? Christ, 12 already. CJ's 12 already. Yeah, I mean, my middle boy Harry, who's 11. He's 11. Is he 11? No, he's 10. I don't think how old he was then. He's the one that is just autistic. He's never. I don't know if he has ever had any experiences because he won't mention it. Because you talk about if you're around Harrison and you talk anything about death or spirits, or even if you just go, oh, in a year's time, he has stim. He starts stimming and he starts panicking. Even if he's talking about because this weekend we're going to can't think what the name of it is, but one of these car shows we're going to on Sunday we're going to a car show, and that's only a couple of days ahead, and he's already panicking.
Yeah.
So whether he actually sees anything, and then just because it scares him, he don't say anything or not, I don't know. Whereas my youngest Kynan, who's mildly autistic and ADHD, he won't go upstairs without the light on, even during the daytime. Even on a bright sunny day, he will have to have the light on. It says it helps him feel safe. So
again, is that down to the spirit that's there?
Well, there's several spirits at Heidi's house. Actually, there's the old lady that's. I think I had an interaction with her once, possibly, but I can't confirm it was her. So I'm being touched again already. My sister's here already. I don't know if it was. I think Kynan was maybe 4 or 5 months old, and he was asleep in his rocker in the front room. Heidi had gone out with Harry and CJ to buy some Christmas presents. We moved in on the 16th of December, 10th of December 2016. And I thought, right, Kylan's asleep. Now's my chance to make a coffee and go and sit on the toilet. And I was sat on the toilet and I heard, I can only describe it similar to Mrs. Robin Williams as Mrs. Doubtfire style of voice. Hi, Perry, welcome. And I was sat on the toilet and I heard a Scottish woman saying hello. So I thought, oh, God, I don't know what the village is like there because we'd only been there like a couple of days. So I quickly cleaned myself up, went there, absolutely nobody there. Other times we went to my late mum's 60th birthday, came back in thick fog. And as I was talking, I've said to you before, as I was talking to Heidi across the car, a woman in white clothing with a big white summer bonnet, like you see on what's that film? On Golden Pond.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
On Golden Pond. That style of old-fashioned hat. She literally just walked past Heidi and into the garden. And Heidi's sister, who's a copper, is one of these types of when you're dead, you're dead. She was standing in the kitchen. She went, I've just seen some old woman in your garden. So, but the main one that we get the activity from is little Trevor Brian Hammond, who's actually buried in the village. Oh, bloody phone. He's actually buried in the village. He died of meningitis in 1971. And he's often quite mischievous, but there's actually also a negative one there. And that's what I'll mention that a little bit later on. And that's why where Ian was saying, is it because they're children or is it because they're neurodiversity, why he was seeing it. So, anyway, anyone else got any? Oh, what have we got? What's this? Message from Perry.
Mm-hmm.
Gary's checking in. I'm feeling weird, so it must be a Wednesday. It is, yeah. So, but no, Linda said she knows people that have had mental health. Do you want to know?
Yeah. There's a few people I know who are mediums and sensitives and also coincidentally have mental health issues. One
There's a
has
message from a bloke called Ian Twining as well. So
it seems, just putting all the people I know together, it seems that those who have a diagnosis that may include the possibility of psychosis and anxiety and also the likes of BPD and things like that,
which is what I've got. One of
have
the I've got.
Seem to have more of a sensitivity about them because their system or a part of their system is constantly on high alert. They notice the others that the normal people don't notice, just simply because their system is constantly on high alert. I've also seen the same, and another side of that coin is when they take their medications correctly, they don't get bothered with this stuff. It's like it switches it off. Some of the mediums that I know, oh yeah, you got home call, cheers. Some of the mediums that I know that have these kind of diagnoses, when they take the medication, they're, and in their own words, if I take my tablets, I'm near medium.
Yeah.
And specifically those that are like antipsychotics and things like that. And I've also seen the same with people with certain types of epilepsy medication. When like a medium or a reader that I know that's not so far away from me has epilepsy, and when he takes his medication, he can't get the links that he would normally have. The same as my friend who's got BPD and quite a few others that I know. It just seems to be a bit, and there's an awful lot, historically, there's an awful lot of mediums that wound up in the psych ward, or to put it historically accurate, wound up in the asylums
Yeah.
And there's an awful lot of people nowadays who the doctor's telling them they're having hallucinations because of their mental health. But when they sit down and tell other people what these hallucinations are like their best mate's dead granda and things like that. So it's a very fine line, and there seem to be quite a few folk that dance down the line with a foot on either side of it. So it does kind of intrigue me, because I know one of the things I've noticed, which is an oddity that seems to happen with our family, and it's got to the point where sometimes we almost convince ourselves that we can control the weather. Both myself, my brother, and two of my aunties, when we are absolutely heartbroken, upset, annoyed, but you have to have the heartbroken bit to go with it, it absolutely pees it down outside.
Yeah.
And it gets to the point where if you're in that right frame of mind, you're like, did I do that?
It's one of those. You look at coincidence. And because you recognise that, now whenever you're in that state and you notice the weather, it's peeing down.
Yeah.
You wouldn't notice. You might be in that state 14 times, but not notice the weather.
Yeah.
I did know it hasn't happened since Dainton died, but up until the point that when Dainton died, if my mental health was bad, I found that when I was out, if I'd go for my wanders, and if I was walking down a street at night, as I walked under the lampposts, they'd have a tendency to turn off.
Yes, I get that too.
Me too.
Yeah.
I used to do a
Like
big walk.
you see all these
California.
sensor lights come on for everybody else, but the minute we get within 10 feet, they just switch off, and it's like, yeah, cheers, dude.
Yeah. That hasn't happened though since the funeral. I must admit, I haven't had that since the funeral. So, sorry, what was you saying, Joe?
It happens to me all the time too. The lights going off like that. I'll go on a walk and I'll be just looking around. All of a sudden, that light goes off. Go another mile or so, and that light goes off.
Yeah.
Happens a lot.
Yeah. So, but yeah, as with Ian was saying, is it because my boys, because they're young, I was experiencing it, or is it because they're neurodiverse? Now,
could be either or both.
Yeah, with Harry,
probably a mix of both.
Yeah, with Harry, I would have thought something like that, because he gets very intimidated very, very quickly because of his autism. It's like even the most tiny thing different or don't seem right, he'll stim and he'll start getting aggressive and things like that. And I'd have thought that if he saw anything, it would scare him to the point that he'd act up. But he has never, even as a baby, he's never mentioned anyone walking about the house. However, there's been times that I have a tendency, because CJ he'll bring down his monitor and his Xbox, and he'll play his Xbox in the front room. He'll have the TV on with YouTube playing. Harry will be they've got a dining room that they turned into a toy room. He'll have his tablet on, he'll have his laptop on, and his Xbox on. Kylan will have his laptop on and then his PlayStation on. So there's a lot of noise. And because of my mental health, I can't handle too much noise. So I tend to sit on the stairs. It's still loud, but it takes the edge off for me. And there's times that they've all been in there with their two dogs, my dog. Heidi's either been up the shop or she's been in there with them, and literally all of us have heard Trevor running about upstairs. And Harry might go, yeah, I heard that as well, but he will never say, oh, when you was doing this, or when I was trying to sleep, I heard this, that, or the other. Whereas CJ, who were in the process of getting tested for ADHD and autism, I'm trying to think when it was, must have been February or March time. he called out. Apparently, he called out to his mum late one night. She went into his room and he went, "Can you tell these people to stop talking because I'm trying to sleep and their talking's keeping me awake."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when he was younger, there is a negative in the house that doesn't like children, but it's not. We've put obsidian all around the house, and it seems to be not be able to do anything. But when he was very little, about 4 or 5, CJ would say, "There's a man over there with I think it was a blue overalls on, and he grins at me and he scares me and he says that he don't like me and he'll hurt me if he can." Kynan, CJ then went a few years after, because obviously at first Kynan was in with me and Heidi. And then when he got older, we moved CJ into the little room, and Kynan went in with Harry. And as he grew up, Kynan saw the same thing. So it's a tough call. It's a very tough call, whether it is that they're spiritually aware or if it's because of the autism.
Yeah.
And just to throw an entirely different spanner into the works, there's also a close link with particularly high IQ and psychosis and mediumship. Spike Milligan.
That's me out of it, isn't
it? Spike Milligan spent a lot of time in psych wards. Had and I haven't found any mediumship type things with Spike, but I have found lots of stories where he's had paranormal experiences.
Yes, so if you read some of his war stories, there's some references to that sort of thing in there.
Yeah.
He makes a joke of it, but there's definitely references to paranormal experiences he had during the war.
Your son, Joe, has he ever had any experiences?
Yeah, of course.
Obviously, I know he's gone on quite a few investigations with you, but I mean, like individual.
He used to. He doesn't anymore at all, period.
What is he now? 16 now, isn't he?
22.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are all the years gone?
Yeah.
Tell me about it. That's just 32.
Christ.
Where is the time gone?
Oh, Jesus.
But,
Joe was the very first person to congratulate us when CJ was born. So,
yeah.
But that's I adopted him. Well, I got him back in permanently June of 2010. So he's been around for quite a while. And I remember I took 2 weeks off of work just so we could hang out together and, get to know each other better and things like that. And we did that. And we were chasing each other around the house, having a good old time, jumping in the pool and then jump out, relax for a bit. And then we'd run around and then, do this stuff. And I threw a blanket over him and tackled him. And, it was funny. He was laughing and laughing. And he pulled the blanket off and he screamed. And I said, "What?" And he says, "There's a guy standing behind you. He's got a big hat on, a top hat." He didn't call it top hat. He said a big hat. And he's standing right behind you in a black cape. I went, "Really?" And I looked and there's nothing there. And then it was done. It was done. And that was it. So he had that. And then he was... he wouldn't talk much about after that, he wouldn't talk very much about anything that he saw. And then the
thing is, though, could that have been a case of if I don't talk about it, it isn't real?
Oh, yeah. Well, he wouldn't talk about a lot of things after that. And then he was attacked when we were investigating a cemetery with a couple of friends, an old pioneer cemetery in California. And he was attacked there and fell. And he's not gone on any investigation with me since then. So, but he's not been diagnosed as being on spectrum, but I think he's a bit on there. He's got a lot of the signs.
I keep reminding people we're all on the spectrum.
Oh, exactly, of course.
Just having OCDs has been on the spectrum.
Yeah, I've had a few people trying to claim it, like you know yourself, Carl. Actually getting diagnosed takes years.
Snowball chance in hell.
Point is, right?
And you get people saying, "Oh yeah, I'm autistic. I'm this. I've got ADHD. I've got this."
Trouble is, it's like on TikTok.
It's self-diagnosed.
Claim they've got Tourette's, and they've been proven that they haven't. They just do it for the likes and follows. So.
Well, I swear like a trooper, but
I always have.
That's just
especially after the Navy.
Well, yeah. But you get that. You get people, I'm on the spectrum, so am I, mate.
Yeah. But that's
well, that's why it's called the spectrum.
Well, I just threw that in. I just threw that in because of the topic of the show tonight.
Yeah, but, like I say, I know why you're saying it, but that's you get people playing on that.
Yeah.
But which really, really winds me up.
Well, put it this way, I'm having a cigarette, and if I'm going to put this on TikTok, they don't like you having cigarettes on TikTok. So
I can mention it. You won't be able to put it on the TikTok.
Well, no.
Probably not. But no,
I'm still going to wait till he's done before I do the same.
But no, I remember having my first experience. I've told you about it before when I saw we was all playing tag and we saw the person look a bit like the child catcher in Cheat Cheat Bang Bang. So I was about three or four then. My actual depression kicked in when I was about 9, and you're saying about the time it takes and all that. I didn't get an official diagnosis for what my health conditions were until I was 50.
Yep.
You know.
Well, this is it. There's people walking about with issues.
Yeah.
It's life. You get on with your life.
Exactly.
You wanted a diagnosis and you've been diagnosed. You're not using it as a means to get something, which is what a lot of these people are trying to do. They want attention, they want this, they want, you can get benefits for that. I'm this. I can get off with saying all this because I'm that, and they're not.
Yeah.
They're just wanking.
Yeah, unfortunately, there is too much about that. As I was saying, one of my friends, I occasionally text. Her dad, I think it was either August. I think when she said it was between August and October. I think it was that her dad passed away, and it was either last week or the week before. I told you in chat. Daughter had left her bedroom door open, and she's got a lot of cats. She's got like 13 cats. One of them one of the neighbours has recently killed.
Nice neighbour. Nice neighbour.
Yeah. Well, the neighbour had been seen throwing things at the cats and throwing water over them. She got a visit from the RSPCA. Oh, we've been asked to check on your cats. I was proven that it'd be okay. The next day, one of her cats came ill. She took it to the vets and it had been given rat poison. So she had to have it put down, poor thing. It was a autistic child's cat, unfortunately.
No.
So yeah, she was sat on the sofa. I was watching TV or a film or whatever it was they were doing, and she left the daughter had left the bedroom door open, and she obviously don't want the cats going in there peeing everywhere like cats do constantly. And she went, "Oh, God's sake, I better go shut the door." And her daughter went, no, don't worry about it. And her daughter, being autistic, when she was younger, she couldn't say the word granddad properly. I think she said it was like gandad or something she used to say. She couldn't quite pronounce it. And she sat there on the sofa with her mum and went, Gandad, do the door for me. And the bedroom door shut.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, which I think, especially he must have been at ease when he passed, because I know she said that he was in he passed with, I think it's cancer he passed with, and he was in a lot of pain. But the fact that he can interact with the physical world that soon after he passed, that clearly means that he was at ease with his passing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I have suggested to her to maybe try an EVP session. I don't know whether she's got around to it or not. But, I just thought maybe because it was his birthday one day last week. I said, well, maybe try an EVP and just let him know that you're thinking about it. And whether she has or not, I don't know. I've not bothered asking. So, but one thing I did look at, but it weren't to do with today, but it was because I just thought it was interesting. There's been studies and experiments been done. They've separated parts of the human brain. They've done it so you've got a left brain and a right brain. They've separated it. Kind of in a way to find out if the spirit exists. And if the experiment does, it kind of makes me think, well, no, maybe it don't. Because when they've split the brain on these people, they've ended up with two different personalities.
Yeah.
Completely. So there's been people with like mental health conditions to try and help with the mental health conditions. Does split of the brain, does it separate the spirit, or does it prove that the spirit doesn't actually exist?
Back in a tick, got to sort out Madam's supper.
That's right. Yeah, so that's what made me wonder, does it prove by splitting the brain that they literally become two separate people in the one body? Does that prove that the spirit doesn't exist?
No, to me it doesn't.
No, I don't think so either.
All that proves is the brain controls two different things. The brain is a very, very complex thing.
Yeah.
We still don't know what 90% of it does.
Yeah, they removed mine. Look, I'm still doing pretty good.
Oh,
Yeah, Joe's doing fine.
I didn't have
I
one
was
to
born
remove.
without one, and here I am 52 years later.
Nah. But no, I don't think. I think science will help, but it isn't the be all and end all. The problem with science is it's right up until the moment it's not.
Yeah.
Until someone comes up with another theory that proves that what we believed originally. I mean, Christ, for how many centuries did they believe the sun went round the earth?
Yeah. Yeah, but you think as well, I watch quite a lot of Aaron Ra, and he says, like in the biblical times, for instance, they didn't know that air was particulate matter. They literally thought the wind was spirits.
Yeah.
Or if you breathe, when you breathed out, if it happened to be a slightly cooler day and you could see your breath, they thought that was part of the spirit escaping. So
yeah, but that's what I mean. Science can only prove so much.
Yeah,
and like I say, science is great until the next one comes along with a different theory and proves otherwise.
Yeah.
I mean, there's enough people don't believe in spirit anyway.
Yeah.
Is spirit the same as soul?
Is it just another word for soul?
In some religions, yeah. In others, it's
there you go, Linda.
It's a different entity.
Speaking of that, number of people that believe in spirits, I found some stuff on that earlier while researching. They say 83% of Americans report experiencing paranormal activity in their homes. Not anywhere else, but in their homes. That's what the study came up with.
Yeah.
But I read someplace else that over 2/3 of Brits,
Christ.
the British, believe in ghosts and other type of paranormal activity. So that's quite a bit.
As a rule, though, I don't think the British are. Don't get me, they are, but I don't think the British are quite as religious as
Correct.
the Americans.
Correct.
I think Americans are a lot more religious than the British are.
We left originally. We left England as Puritans and came across and ran the country as Puritans. So yeah, it's got much more of a religious base. Okay, let's see. 45% of people in Ireland believe in ghosts. 25% of the French population. What's
I
that?
would have thought that would have been more in Ireland.
I'd have thought that
I would have
been
thought
a
so
lot
too.
more.
But I found 3 or 4 different studies that are right around 45% each. So I said, okay, well, 45%, but I would have thought it much more than that. The French population, about 25% believe in ghosts, the paranormal. In Spain, about 20%. 22% for Italians, and between 25 and 50% for Germans. So I thought those were interesting bits.
That is actually, I honestly thought Ireland would have been a lot higher than that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's a strange one, especially with the likes of some of the legends and.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, with all the old stuff and all the tales, and you'd think it'd be a lot more than that.
Yeah.
And then again, Ireland was a predominantly Catholic country for many, many years. So
yeah, true.
when the Catholic Church cracks down on stuff like that.
Oh yeah, they're not fans of that sort of thing, are
no. So I can, thinking about it, I can understand why.
Mate.
One of my favorite arguments is if you don't believe in ghosts and you're a Christian, why do you constantly refer to the Holy Ghost? You should give him a new name if you don't believe in ghosts.
Yeah.
I read an article on the same thing while researching this stuff, and I always thought that was quite hilarious. No, ghosts don't exist, but the Holy Ghost does.
Yeah,
I've literally had
the Great Sky Fairy does.
I've literally had arguments this week on TikTok with Christians about that, about how the Bible says, you shouldn't consult with spirits, yet the Christians will pray every night. So surely that is consulting with a spirit.
Yeah, but you're allowed to consult with that. My God's better than your God.
Yeah. But not being funny is just Jimmy Carr said in one of his shows, if we're all God's children, what's so special about Jesus?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I don't know, but no, I'm not sure in autism whether it's the brain fires faster or slower. I'm not too sure.
Differently.
Yeah, it fires differently.
Yeah, it's wired differently, and I think part of the reason that people with autism and other such conditions, they're not as wrapped up in our world.
Yeah.
You think about it, we've been conditioned from birth. That doesn't exist. This doesn't exist. You can't do that.
Yeah.
And a lot of
I was raised a Catholic.
Mm.
These things don't exist.
Yeah.
And the pace of life these days is so fast.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have time for it. And Linda said it earlier on. Because they operate at a different level, they've more time to actually see what's in front of them.
Yeah.
And realise what it is for what it is.
One of the phrases I often use about it as well is what we think of what we think of disease and illness and yada, yada, yada with the neurodivergent stuff, they might just be using abilities that we forgot.
Yeah, we've lost.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I also believe that as far as the brain goes, anything that whoever you believe is upstairs takes away, they always gift something back. I mean, look at the autistic lad who flew around New York for 20 minutes and then did an
And went through it. Yeah.
You know, everything that's taken away, they always give you something back. So you might not be able to do X, Y, Z, whatever, but you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's absolutely amazing.
Yes.
With my Harry, he's not severely autistic. He's only on the spectrum, but some of the drawings he does from like a very young age, or if you give him an Xbox and Minecraft, some of the things that he builds on Minecraft are just mind blowing.
Yeah,
you know, I've done gaming for years. It helps me unwind with my mental health, but some of the things he's done, I'm like, geez, I've been doing these sort of things 20 odd years, and you've been doing it 5 minutes. I couldn't do that. What you're doing.
Yeah,
They do seem to have what they lose on one thing, they seem to gain on another.
Yeah, but again, your brain's been programmed a certain way.
Yeah, and
it's like maths now. I've seen my mates' kids maths homework.
Oh Christ, yeah, I have.
And I look at it and I can't even understand what the bloody question is.
Yeah.
Let alone come up with an answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
It means this, and it's how the hell do you get that?
Yeah. Yeah.
So your brain's been wired a different way to his. He's grown up doing that. So to him, it's second nature. I find it at work with things.
Yeah.
I do the job I do, and people will come up and ask me a question, and I'll answer it. And to me, it's why the hell can't you come up with it?
Yeah.
It's obvious, but it's like common sense. I hate the word common sense.
Yeah,
I hate that phrase because what's common to me isn't common to you, and vice versa. I grew up in a rough council estate.
What my CJ says, instead of using common sense, he calls it muscle memory.
Yeah.
So you've done something so many times.
But like Linda says before about the brain, humans have been around for thousands and thousands of years. We've lost a lot of our abilities. But people with the likes of autism and that.
Well, I have my ears played with again. Stop it.
In a different parallel to us.
Yeah.
I like how the Native Americans do it. I forget which tribal language it is, but one of the Native American phrases for autism literally translates as "in their own time."
Yeah.
Yes, I've heard that.
That's absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now I've got someone going like that on the tip of my nose. I know exactly who it is.
Tell her to leave you alone.
It's nice for her because I had a 5 or 6 year period where she went, "Oh, Bella's just heard your voice, Ian. Come on then. Come on then."
Hello, Bella.
Last the other two. The other week when we done it with just us three and you weren't here, you got up on my lap, looked straight at the screen, saw you weren't there, and turned her head away. Come on then. Come on then.
Come on, Bella.
Come on. Oh. There he is.
Hello.
There he is. Oh, look, she's smiling for you.
Playing shy now.
There he is.
Playing hard to get.
Like I say, I'm sure I've been out with a few.
But no, I was sitting here
thinking, I woke up with a few anyway.
Listening to like the things you guys have been saying, if the mind of a person with autism or BPD or depression or bipolar or whatever works slower. I grew up, because I grew up in a spiritualist family. I was always told that spirit, if you could get your vibrations right through meditation, you'll find it easier to see them. So I'm wondering if, because the brain works slower, it's at a different vibration to what the rest of us are. So I was
Different
always
frequency, yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
if you could slow your vibrations down by, like, I'd say for instance, like random number, but half a second, you could slow your brain down by. Spirit are working half a second slower than our time frame.
Yeah.
So could it be that person with depression or autism or something like that, their brain be working just a microsecond slower, which is enough to notice things?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
Or even faster.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or faster, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everything vibrates.
Mm.
I saw a program once that was on about gemstones,
Mm.
Mhm.
and it actually
Oh, you're
showed.
smiling.
Hiya, Bella. Hiya.
Every week without fail, she has to get on camera.
Yeah.
Goes baby.
But it showed. They were doing these experiments, but it could show the vibration levels of the actual gems.
Mm.
Well, that's why they use cesium for our clocks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cesium goes at that right
That-
frequency, and that's what we set our clocks to.
Yeah.
Mm.
But
So-
you've got people have got diamonds. They got them stuck in their ear. They got them on their wrists. They got them on their fingers. You can't feel it, but they are actually vibrating.
Of course.
Everything's
That's why
sending
they
out a
say-
signal. So what Carl's just said about being on the right level,
Vibration, yeah.
Yeah.
could,
But people who correct or collect crystals and do stuff with crystals, and you got all these
Yes.
people saying, "Oh, look at that! It's one of those idiots with crystals again." But the crystals and
Hands
things
up,
like that.
hands up. I do
Yeah.
that myself. Oh, for God's sake, here we go, an idiot with a crystal. I do say that
But
myself.
then you put obsidian all over
I
Heidi's
bet you've
house.
had a quartz
Yeah.
watch at some point.
Yeah.
Sorry?
I bet you've had a quartz watch at some point in your life, though. There, I know.
Anytime I've had a watch, no matter what type it is, whether it's digital or wind up or whatever, within a day they stop working on me.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like that with the
used
old
to-
fucking clockwork ones.
I don't wear a watch, but I used to go to school with a lad who did that.
Yeah.
Even wind up watches.
As
Yeah.
my mum says, it doesn't matter what kind of watch it is. Within a couple of weeks, it's running on tea cakes.
Mm.
Yeah.
My
I mean,
watches
he
stop on me,
actually
too.
stopped computers.
I used to be able to change channel on the old CRT TVs just by pointing at them as I walked past. But then again, you are talking to the person who goes through 2 toasters and 3 kettles per year.
I'm pretty lucky with that, actually, because the kettle I've got now, I've only had a year. The one I had previous before that, I had for about 15 years. So I had that when I split up with Kath, I got that. So, and that was about 15 years ago. So it lasted well, and that was only £9 in Tesco's. So
Yeah, but you're not supposed to put electric kettles on the gas.
no.
But
Faster.
But no, Linda was saying about the people on medications and things like that. I haven't taken my antidepressants for a while because they make me feel like utter shite. To be honest, they make me feel worse. And when I have my depressive bouts, I do find that they actually tend to make me feel worse. But ironically, it says in the side effects, one of the side effects is may cause depression.
yeah,
Which, you're giving someone a medication that actually causes what's going to be curing. But
it's that you find that with a lot of medications. I mean,
Yeah.
Digitalis,
Yeah. I
Nightshade.
had to take that for a little while. Yeah.
Yeah. Nightshade will kill you if you take it in enough of a dose, small enough of a dose, and it helps.
yeah,
Overdose on it, it'll kill you.
yeah. Talking of, as the topic is the mental health, and I've only briefly looked into it, but talking about this what we're doing this week, there's things like ayahuasca and DMT, which are known to be hallucinogenics. There's a lot that claim that the creatures that they see aren't just hallucinations, because there'll be people that could be on completely different continents. They'll do the experiment with it, describe. They've literally done it. That they've had police artists, and they've gone, right, this is what I've seen. They've drawn it. People on other continents that have had no contact with them have described identical creatures. And I know at the moment they're hoping to bring it into England, but they're actually looking to use ayahuasca and DMT in England to deal with mental health conditions. And there's actually several times over the past year or so, I've seen ads for people saying, do you want to come take part in the experiment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I know a few people have done ayahuasca, and they've said it's kind of unlocked stuff that was going on in their head that they felt was holding them back. And what they saw really bore no resemblance whatsoever to the situation that was holding them back.
Yeah.
When they analysed it over the few weeks after, they've realised there is something that ties the situation with what they saw, and it's helped them plough their way through stuff and level off a bit. So, but it also sounds like it's absolutely terrifying for the first few moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently you see all sorts of creatures and all sorts of things. I don't.
Yeah, a lot of
It's
cultures.
just like walking down High Street. Come on.
Well, yeah, that's very true. Christ.
Especially if you go to Norwich or Paisley.
Give me 6.
In Paisley.
Yeah, you find a lot of the native tribes in countries use psychotic drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, the Native Americans, is it peyote?
Peyote.
Peyote?
Yeah.
And then go and sit in the sweat
Yeah.
to dream their dreams.
You got the Brazilians that do the bullet ants as well.
Yeah.
The bites, they have the mittens on that have got bullet ants in. And apparently just one bullet ant's enough to cause you to hallucinate for 24 hours, and they'll have like 100 on each hand. So, but
I mean, only hallucinogenic I've ever taken, that I wasn't even aware I was taking it. I believed it was bloody marijuana. And whatever it was, I still to this day have no idea what it was. But I was being chased down the road by 6-foot black polo mints. I was running down the middle. I was running down the white line and hiding behind cars because I was being chased. They were 6 foot. 6-foot black polo mints, and I have no idea where the hell that came from. Or why I know they were 6 foot. I just know they were 6 foot. So a lot of these creatures, somewhere in the world, there's a bloody 6-foot black polo mint.
Well, that's it. Some could say that by using these things, you're just shifting your own frequency and seeing runs in the different frequencies that we don't normally see.
All that stuff is still there. It's really there. It's just you can't see it because it's out of frequency. I like that idea.
So it's like Ian said, because the world is so busy. You know, I could be driving through Epping, for instance. If me and Heidi went out with the kids to Epping, not that I would because it's not safe there at the minute. But I won't go into that. But we could be driving through there, and there could be like a row of spirits standing there going like that too. And because the world's so fast nowadays, you literally wouldn't know.
But the opposite is true as well, Carl. Because it's so fast, like I say, you don't realise what's there. The 2 spirits I know, 2 ghosts I know, that were definitely ghosts.
Mm.
My grandma and my mate's uncle
Yeah.
were as solid as we are.
Yeah.
Anyone else seeing them would have just assumed that they were normal
Just person
people.
walking down the street. Yeah.
So we're going past. You see people all the time. How many times are you walk into town? You walk into around a crowded area.
As I've
How
mentioned
many of those
before,
are actual spirit?
as I've mentioned before, the saying is apparently out of every 200 people you walk past in the street, one of them will be a spirit.
I've had more than that.
Yeah. I can actually well believe that, to be honest.
Yeah.
But who's to say that someone with ADHD or autism or the neuro difference
Diversity, yeah.
isn't actually seeing them for what they are?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because as well, if you apply it to just general people, forgetting the paranormal, neurodivergent person of whatever title they have, well, you can line them up with like 10, 15 people in a lineup, and one of them is an absolute shyster, and the neurodivergent person will be able to pick them out like that without them opening their mouth, just like dogs and cats do. You know, so it's like how much is disease and how much
we
is
do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
How many times they say first impressions count, and they do.
Yeah.
I've walked into a room and there's someone in that room, and you know yourself, you walk in and it's, I don't like you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they might be the nicest person, but there's something that in your psyche triggers, I don't like you.
Yeah.
And somewhere along the line, you are proved right.
Sorry, I'm sat on these really old wooden chairs and my arse was going numb, so I've had to pinch the dog's teddy bear to sit on.
As long as you're not sat on Bella.
I was away to say, is that the first time you've sat on a face in public? Sorry.
I'm saying nothing. I'm taking the Fifth Amendment.
Linda, that's the sort of thing I'd come out with.
I've been watching you lot in chat all week. It rubs off, you know.
Oh, come on. Some of them we've been putting across being hilarious.
Linda, just to let you know, the worst ones I just send directly to Carl.
Yeah.
I
haven't shared some that goes or Orion sent.
So I found
with you being on now, I've got to tailor what I send. Whereas normally it'd just be bang. Now I've got to think, no, I'll send it direct.
Yeah.
Well, I was getting bombarded in the chat with Jason Momoa at one point the other week just to even up the score.
No, I must admit, when I get them sent to me, or if I come across one that I posted previously, or I find one that I like, I'll sit there and go, "Now, do I share it or not?"
Yeah.
And
I think about it.
have a tendency. The worse it is I'll share it.
Well, I must admit, the people I send stuff to these days has been trimmed quite drastically.
There's about 6 people for me.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the good thing I'm
finding. Yeah.
The good thing I'm finding with this chat is normally the odd bit and piece that I could only send to Colin, because I know somebody on my Facebook would get offended. Now I can add them into this group chat too.
Oh, I've got so many people I love sending memes to. People,
Carl, put it away.
That's why I put the camera off. No, it makes me wonder, people, because my oldest boys, Brandon and Kieran, I have no idea whether he's alive anymore, but their unofficial godfather, Damien, he was schizophrenic. Whether he's alive or not, I don't know, because he got into all sorts of things. 1 minute he was straight, next minute he was gay. Then he was a non-smoker. Then he was a smoker. Then he got into heroin. And so whether he's alive or not, I don't know. But he would often say that he'd seen things, and he would put it down to his schizophrenia.
Mm-hmm.
Now, but the thing is, could it be a combination of the two?
Yeah, I would definitely say so.
You know, it's like,
Yeah, it's again, it's one of those. You get people saying they got schizophrenia.
mm,
Some of it's down to brain damage,
yeah,
and it's like we've said before. It's a very fine line between someone attention seeking and saying
Yeah.
something, and someone who is actually saying things.
yeah, yeah,
And is the damage making them see things, or is it opening them up to see
Mm.
what's there?
yeah. Anyone, if there's anyone, we've only got 5 watching this week, unfortunately. Oh, yeah, 5 watching this week, unfortunately. But if anyone in the comments has anything to say, then feel. I just know we had no Eileen. We've had no Eileen yet.
Well,
Eileen ain't been on yet.
no, she ain't.
Ain't seen Tina for over in Ireland for a while either, actually. So I'll have to message you see how she's getting on. But no, so I haven't investigated for because of all the shit that went down before. I haven't investigated for over a year, but to be honest, I actually preferred going out on ghost hunts and doing investigations when my depression was bad, because I personally found that I had a lot more activity.
Yeah. Yes. I'll let you carry on first, but you've just given me another thought
No,
there.
go on. No, you're right, go on.
There is some kind of evidence, just through my own personal experience. I mean, though you lot know, and some of the viewers know, I do spirit work as well.
Yeah.
And the amount of people I've found that have issues with spirit also have some form of mental health issue or neurodivergence or something. And the thing I've noticed as a general pattern, if you're the victim of mental illness, as in if you're underneath all this stuff that your brain's doing to you, you give off the same signals an addict in full-blown addiction gives off.
Yeah.
And these signals effectively paint a target on your backside for any malicious spirit or energy to pick up on.
Yeah.
And you quite often find people with very bad mental health and people with very bad addictions have the exact same kind of spirit paranormal stuff happening around them or to them. And it seems to feed the negativity. And of course, the negativity feeds the illness side of it. And you get stuck in this cycle until you can find either a shrink who's willing to just let you talk it out, or somebody along the lines of me that does a little bit of unqualified counseling and qualified spirit work, so you can get it out your system and find somebody who's willing to listen and believe you, so you can start working through it. Because when you're stuck in that cycle, you just think nobody's going to believe me. This is just going to get worse and worse and worse, until eventually the person gets to the point where they think their only option is to vacate the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I must admit, and my ex-girlfriend suffers with anxiety attacks and things like that. And got to let them work it out, talk to them, go through things with it. But it is a downward spiral.
Yeah.
I know that too well.
And everything. I know when I'm going into one of my black moods.
Yeah.
I know exactly what works for me. I take myself out of situations. I don't talk to people. I just work through it. But I know a week, 2 weeks before I'm going to have I could feel myself circling and
Yeah.
slowly getting lower.
Yeah. I know when mine's bad, because when mine's really bad, it doesn't matter who it is, I cannot listen to music. When it's when it's my mental health's bad, I'll put on maybe a bit of Slipknot or Gojira or Cannibal Corpse or something really heavy, and internally that sort of like beats up the best way to describe it, kind of beats up the depression and gets rid of it for a little while.
Yeah.
But when I put music on and this ain't working, that's when I know that I need to start worrying about myself.
Yeah.
When I get
You know,
like that,
you know yourself what works for you.
Yeah.
yeah,
I withdraw because I find myself snapping at people. I find myself getting less tolerant.
I've been both examples. When I was a teenager, I would go for the rantiest, shoutiest, loudest music I could find, crank it up full blast, and annoy the hell out of the neighbours for 24 hours. After that, I was fine.
yeah,
Now I find before I'm due a break or a blow up, I get manic. And I talk fast anyway, but I start talking faster and faster and faster and faster.
yeah.
I've been accused of that.
Everything, it's just a case of just leave me the hell alone. Everybody's bloody annoying me. I need to go and sort this out. I'll have 2 days chill of doing nothing and just listening to my own thoughts rattling round.
Yeah.
And then
Which
I
is
find
usually the
that
worst thing
way,
you
then
can do.
that's when I start coming back up.
Yeah, which unfortunately I do that sometimes when my mental health is bad, I'll get up in the morning. It'll even be at the point that I won't even talk to the dog. And you know yourselves, Bella's my baby. I will literally not talk at all. If I need to give her a food or take her for a walk, I'll literally just point and click my fingers and point to what I want her to do. I literally will not. And sometimes I'll literally go 2 or 3 days where I don't speak whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and that's when I know it's like really, really bad. One thing I was going to bring up, Joe,
Yes.
or ordained with the old exorcisms and things.
Yes.
What's your experiences with mental health and exorcisms?
The victim of the possession or whatever needs to have a mental evaluation done before an exorcism of their person. If they're possessed or something like that, they have to have a mental and a health evaluation done before they can even step in and do an exorcism.
Yeah.
And what
Now,
sort of
a
percentage?
deliverance, I don't
Yeah.
know exactly what the rules are for deliverance, but an exorcism is the Catholic version of getting rid of the spirit, whereas a deliverance is the Protestant version of getting rid of the spirit. So I'm not sure exactly what the official go through is for a deliverance, but in the Catholic and old Catholic churches, you must do.
Is that your cat meowing, Linda?
No, it's the bloody seagulls having a party outside.
Oh, right. Sorry, Joe.
But you have to have a physical and mental evaluation done before an exorcism can even take place. So that at least they're thinking about that side of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ, that was a loud one. That sounded like that was in your room.
It's literally just flowing across the top of the house. There's a few babies down in the street, so the parents are hyperactive.
Right.
So you get to sleep somewhere between 1:30 and about 3:30.
Yeah.
And other than that, you're listening to that.
Yeah.
So,
No,
but what do you think the percentage of it, of at least, because I don't believe in demonic possession. I think I don't believe in demons. I believe that if a person was a piece of shit in life, then likelihood until they learn when they get to the other side, they're still going to be a piece of shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
my
years.
father,
We've all experienced that with investigations.
Yeah.
You meet some nasty, nasty, bloody spirits
yeah,
and know full well that that's exactly, and through doing the research, you find out that's exactly what they were like in real life
yeah,
when they were
Yeah.
when they were on this plane.
I've done literally hundreds of house clearances over the last 35 years or so. And everybody who's come to me, oh, I've got a demon in my house. They've all turned out to be what I call grumpy ex-humans. And the fact that they bite back at me when I use that phrase tells you that's exactly what they are.
Yeah.
There's
I'm gonna be
only
one.
twice I've had people come to me. Well, one came to me and I went to the other one's house. There's only those two particular cases that I think were something other than a grumpy ex-human. And only one of them I truly believe was anything that was remotely anywhere near demon
Demonic.
kind of status.
Yeah.
So, and it was two spirits that were attached to this person, and one of the spirits came across as being like about 1,500 years old. That was the accomplice. The main perpetrator was giving off vibes that it was thousands and thousands of years old.
Mm.
And those two entities were attached to the same person. And we had a 4-hour session the first time I saw them. And then we did 1.5 to 2-hour sessions over the phone every week for 12 weeks before I felt that it had cleared from them. And I get an anniversary card from them every year saying thank you for helping me get my life back. So
yeah.
And that's the only ones I've ever dealt with that were anything other than just a grumpy ex-human.
I had, I won't go into details, but basically somebody I know that was Wiccan actually made that for me. It was because I was going through a very bad depressive bout and I didn't really have the strength. I didn't want my father's spirit coming through. So she made that for me. Supposedly it stops anything negative coming through. What's actually in it, I don't know. It's got you won't be able to see it, but it's got is it a pentagram? I can't tell if that's a pentagram or a pentacle. I think it's a pentagram on the top in black wax.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like it's different sorts of grasses and herbs and cotton wool and candle wax inside it by the look of it. Plus, I've never opened it. Whether it's actually working or if it's like a placebo, I really don't know.
A lot of magic is simply sympathetic magic, so it's the sugar pill thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Pentacle
to give you
is the one in the
something other
circle.
than yourself to believe in to help you strengthen your own faith.
Yeah. So I must admit, when I was on the medication, I saw more during the times I was on my medication. I was on quite a high dose, and when I had my second nervous breakdown, that was when Brandon and Kieran were younger. I'd been put on Dipixol, which is like a proper, really strong antipsychotic, and I was sleeping for like anything up to 21 hours a day. The times I was awake, I had so much going on in the house at the time. Plus, the house that we was in was having poltergeist activity at the time. And I must admit that was quite scary.
But again, this goes back to what I was saying before. Are you actually opening up channels
yeah,
and seeing reality, or is it purely the drug that's making you see things that aren't there?
yeah, it's hard to tell.
It's like spirit anyway.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
You can see spirit. Some people say spirit.
Yeah.
Don't take drugs, don't do anything.
Yeah.
Others don't, and proving it. You take a photo. Oh, it's an orb. It's great grandma. It's bullshit.
To quote the late great Ozzy, it's ball lightning.
Yeah, yeah. But that's what I mean. It's how you. There's no empirical evidence.
No, it's not.
What you're seeing on those drugs is actually there in any sort of reality.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I thought this might be a. Oh, thanks, Dinky. My cat's just decided to use a litter tray now. My office stinks.
It's a spirit of old food.
He ain't stopped eating. Actually, he's been a lot. Deaky's always friendly. Deaky's over friendly. He gets a little bit too much, but yeah, he got quite scared the other day when the other one just went absolutely ballistic for no reason. The dog was sat. I've got an armchair that's literally just the dogs that she sits on. She was sat on there, half asleep, minding her own business. She'd played with the kids, and for no reason, the cat, black and white cat, just come into the room and literally physically attacked her for no reason whatsoever. Deaky jumped in to defend her to try and get him off of Bella, and it was at the point that Freddie actually had his mouth over his mouth and nose, trying to suffocate him and trying to kill him. So the kids were screaming, Heidi was panicking. And no matter what we could do, I've got cuts everywhere because of him. I literally had to throw him out on the street just to stop him killing Deaky. Why it happened, I don't know. Maybe
Again,
he saw something.
This is one of the. You go through stages where you've got. If I had 3 wishes, what would I wish for? And that's one of mine, that I could understand what animals are saying. I always crack me up when I go out on hikes or whatever. And you hear the bird song.
I just saw a shadow out the corner of my eye, and I think it came up on the camera.
I didn't notice anything, I'll be honest, but
it could have just been my movement, but yeah.
It's one of those walking around. Mate's got one of other mate's dogs while they're on holiday. So I've been going out about 9 o'clock with him to just walk around the park, and you hear all the birds, you hear the owls and everything. Yeah. And it all sounds so lovely. And it's a standing joke that I'll say, what they're actually saying is, you're on my territory, bugger off before I bat the hell out of you.
Yeah.
And animals communicate. They might not speak dog or cat, but they know what and Bella's obviously done something that's paid him off.
But that's just it. She hadn't done. She just literally been.
You're aware of.
Well,
and Bella could have walked up there and smacked the crap out of the cat, and that would have been it.
Or the cat's been outside and Bella's been slagging her off to the neighbourhood, and the cat's found out. He's come in and you.
Yeah, Bella's figured it out that the cat who's outside. Yeah.
He literally just snapped, and I had to put him outside because he would have literally killed it. Because he does like what big cats do. He went over the muzzle and nose to try and stop a Deaky breathing. And I thought I had to. I had no other choice. I couldn't.
Yeah. I
would have been ripped to pieces. One of the kids would have been ripped to pieces, and I had to think of the kids first. So the only thing I could do was put him out the door, and no one's seen him for the last 3-4 days. Where he is, I have no idea. I've been putting food out, but none of it's gone. So,
Is he the one who vanished before?
yeah. Yours has just gone really dark here for some reason.
Oh, yeah, it
No
has.
idea why. Nothing's
I mean, someone's
changed.
putting their hands in front of your camera.
No.
But no, it makes me wonder though with people with
Brighten
schizophrenia.
up again.
That's better. It makes me wonder though with people with schizophrenia, how much of it is spirit and it's you got a mental health problem, or how much of it is yes, it is literally just your mind.
Yeah, this is a problem. There's no empirical evidence, no empirical proof that which it is.
Sorry. You come say hello, are you? Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, and how would you know it yourself?
Yeah, I
you get people who are drunk.
Yeah, seen pink elephants and things. Yeah,
see all sorts of things.
Yeah,
I mean, I saw the guy in town. There's a pub near me in Bolton.
Yeah,
and it is haunted.
Yeah,
there's several ghosts actually haunt the place, but this guy, we were teenagers, and he was quite merry. Sat at a table in the thing, talking to someone in a chair that's up on the wall.
Welcome over that as it's just jumped in. Yeah.
But he was having a full-blown conversation. It wasn't just a case of him talking.
Yeah.
He was actually having a conversation and an argument.
Oh, well. Oh. Now, is that just a pisshead having an argument with himself?
Well, exactly. But watching him, no, it wasn't. Because he wasn't just rambling. He wasn't just yeah. He was a full-blown actual argument, not just rambling.
Yeah.
He was actually listening to what was being said and all the rest of it, and then he was having a go back and no, you got that wrong. You it wasn't just
yeah,
or anything like that. He was actually having a full compass mentis discussion.
Yeah.
Albeit
have you seen the videos?
Sorry, Joey?
Have you seen the videos of the security guards that are doing their rounds?
Oh, yeah.
The one guy standing there talking to nobody on the camera, and he's carrying on a conversation. It's like, who are you talking to down there?
Yeah.
You know?
And one of them actually legs it when the one in the control room radios him to tell him there's nobody there. He literally runs out of the building.
Well, that one, they ask him who he's actually talking to. I've heard the transcripts.
He gives a name too.
He gives a name, Mrs. Such and Such. She died last year.
Yeah.
That's when he. You mean she's not here? Well, that's when he legs it.
Yeah.
There's nobody there. You're not talking to anybody.
But another one I've seen, he's in the foyer, and he's stood. You see the door open.
Oh, is that the one that sat behind the desk?
Yeah.
The black guy.
And he gets up and starts talking to him, and he's
opens the little barrier for them as well.
Yeah.
Isn't that the one where he offers her a wheelchair?
I don't remember.
There's one where he offers the person a wheelchair and he can take her to where she's going or something, and she says, no, it'll be fine. So
possibly, yeah.
One of the others like that I like was a garage. It's like this old dude who's worked in the garage for his entire life somewhere in Mexico or somewhere. It might not be Mexico, but it's Spanish speaking across the Atlantic.
Yeah.
And the guy's talking away, and the young lad who owns the garage is watching him on the camera, and he phones him and he's like, who are you talking to? He's like, oh, I'm speaking to Mr. Jose. And he's like, well, yeah, I'm talking to Mr. Jose about his car, and it's definitely going to have to be written off, and blah, 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 blah. And he's like, which car? And he tells him which car, and he's like, the Jose that was driving that car was killed on impact. And the guy looks at the camera and then gestures to this empty space next to him, like he's showing the guy
where it is, yeah.
Jose, you know. And he's like, nah. So I do like them.
I wonder if I've said for a long time, I think science, religion, and people that are spiritual need to work closer in hand.
Yeah.
Agreed.
In fairness, you've had people like James Randi debunk people like Uri Geller and things like that so many times. So it does put mockers on it, really.
And Darren Brown as well.
Yeah.
Darren Brown, he freely admits he's doing it as a. He's not claiming he's paranormal or anything like that.
Yeah.
No, he does it to prove how easy it is, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's a mentalist. Another mentalist that does exactly the same thing is Matt Dillahunty. He's one of the hosts on one of the atheist channels. So he does exactly the same thing. He's a magician and a mentalist and does the same thing. So, with the ayahuasca and DMT and all, I think it's mainly DMT they're looking into. It'd be in some ways it'd be interesting to find out if it does open up, because it's been proven the human brain does have the pineal gland. It would be interesting to find out if it does actually have a connection of some sort.
Yeah. There's been theories on the go about that for God knows how long.
Oh, yeah, for as long as people have been writing, it's been mentioned. So, but I don't know. I think some of my best investigations have been when I've had my depressive bouts, because I've been at the stage, even like with my last former teammate, my depression's been bad. I've gone, you know what? Excuse my language here, people, but fuck it, my brain's not with it. I can't do it. And then no, come out. So I've gone, yeah, all right. And I've gone out, and we've had some of the best bloody evidence ever. You know, we've done with previous neighbours. I was going through a depressive bout. They wanted to go and do Covive, and I was in a really bad way, and to the point that I was thinking of unaliving myself. My depression was that bad. But they went, no, look, you need to come out with us. We'll have a ghost hunt. We'll go get some Chinese. We'll have a ghost hunt. You know, take your mind off of everything. And went out with them. We went to Covive, and that was the night a spirit actually kidney punched me. My depressive state was so low, I physically got attacked. We had stones thrown at us that night. Bronwyn actually had her arms physically pinned down. And ironically, her husband, Gavin, he's autistic. And with his way his autism works, he can't show emotion. Mm-hmm. Like when his nan died, because of his autism, he couldn't cry. He'd never cried or anything like that. That night, he stood there and he said, I don't know why. And then just suddenly burst into tears.
Mm-hmm. So
he weren't severely autistic, but he was definitely on the spectrum. You know, you can see it by talking with him. But something there caused him to do something he'd never done in his 27 years of life.
The oldest example I can think of hallucinogens and paranormal or borderline paranormal. The Vikings.
Yes.
With the mushrooms.
Yes.
Yeah.
The berserkers took a bigger dose before they needed to be a berserker. And it's documented that it reduced the pain they felt. They had no fear. They had no nothing. And
I can't remember the name of it. Fly something, isn't it? Fly. Oh, I know
Fly-agaric.
the one. That's the one.
Fly-agaric, the Disney mushroom that's used in most of the Disney cartoons,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
used to be.
Or what the garden gnome sitting on?
Yeah, there's the fly-agaric. There's also one of the other ones that the Vikings used. I can't remember the name of it, but it's orange. And it was like, say it was, for example, let's make it like a 4-leaf clover.
Yeah.
Your average Viking fighter is going to take 1 leaf.
Mm.
The berserkers are going to take 2.5 leaves.
Mm.
And some of the stuff that the berserkers are documented as doing is borderline paranormal / the Hulk, you know. So the hallucinogen definitely gives you that more strength thing, the lack of fear thing, but then you're also coming into the brain's capability of like, mom and the kids are in a car crash, mom gets out the car fine, but the kids are pinned in, and mom ends up lifting the car off of the kids.
Yeah.
You know, the human brain is capable of some amazing stuff. And you add hallucinogenics to that, and that's going to make it even more amazing in some examples, probably not in all. And it can make you capable, your own brain can make you capable of superhuman things.
Yeah.
Which has to be counted as paranormal, technically.
Yep.
So.
Well, paranormal is anything outside the norm. So.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. See, a lot of people,
strength, things like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, when they say the word paranormal, though, a lot of people automatically think it's literally just ghosts, but paranormal covers everything from like the way the human body's done unusual things or UFOs and everything. It's not just ghosts, you know, like a lot of people think it's just purely a ghost. You've done a lot of like old hospitals and things, Joe.
Yep.
Have you done asylums?
You know, I've never been able to do an asylum. Most of the asylums in the States, most of them that you can access, you know, for investigating are on the East Coast. And I was on the West Coast most of the time.
Right. Okay.
Now, there were some asylums. There was one in Downey, California, that I really wanted to get into, but they said it was too dangerous. There were too many hypodermic needles all over the place. There was too much stuff, and they wouldn't allow it at all. So couldn't get into that one. And I just didn't want to go back to the East Coast very much to go and investigate.
That's a hell of a drive.
Well, yeah, it's a long drive, you know, it's 3 or 4 days, and you're driving, and then or fly, and then it's money, and then hotel and everything else.
Yeah.
You know, unless I was going out there for a reason. Like there were a couple of times I had a job, you know, during my job, I had something I had to do. So I was like, okay, that's really cool. And then we'll be in town during this time, make arrangements to go and see a hospital or go see a house or go see a museum or something that's haunted and try to get in. But I've never had the chance to do an asylum, and I've always wanted to.
Any of the ones that you've done, have they had like psych wards and that you've?
Yeah.
Now, what it's literally just come across my head. I'm wondering if a person has, I don't know, schizophrenia or like me, depression and BPD and things like that. When the person dies, do they still have it? If their spirit lingers, do they still think, or do they still think the? Like, say Joe, for instance, went out tonight and done psych ward near where he is, and there was a spirit there. Could the spirit think that seeing Joe is a hallucination that they used to have when they was alive? You know, that Joe's not really there. I'm still seeing things.
Who knows?
Well,
I don't know.
We've asked a question before. If we're seeing ghosts, are they seeing us and thinking we're ghosts?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And once again, it's probably the frequency thing.
Yeah.
You know, slightly out of frequency, and they're seeing, you know, different. But
yeah,
I know in the old Barstow Hospital in Barstow, California. We investigated that for 2 nights. And it was definitely interesting.
Mm.
There were some sections where you're walking along, like, oh, the emergency room was the craziest. You know, you walk in there and you're being watched, you're being followed. There's stuff going on all around you. You can feel the energy of the place. And it's pitch black. The lights are all off because there's no, there's electricity in only certain parts of the building. So like in the lobby where all of our recording equipment was, they had electricity there, but everything else was, carrying your battery operated cameras, your flashlights, whatever. And it was pitch black in the emergency room, and there's stuff in there. That they didn't have a morgue there per se, because it was a icebox outside of the hospital itself. Big enough for 4 bodies, 4, maybe 6 bodies. And it was outside, and we didn't have access to that. But the psych ward was only about 6 rooms and locked off and things like that. We could get in because it was all unlocked. And I didn't notice anything there that was any more different than the rest of the hospital, walking around in the regular patients' rooms and things. I didn't really notice anything different in the psych ward than I did in the regular rooms. But the emergency room, triage area, that kind of thing, that was really active.
Reason I asked that is because after this, I was thinking of sitting down and watching 13 Ghosts again, because I haven't seen that film for a hell of a long time. And I just remember the scene of the ghosts behind the glass and like pacing around and banging the glass, and it just made me wonder that if a person had been in life like that and had to be put into a psych ward through no fault of their own because of their mental health, whether they'd be still acting the same in the spirit world.
Well,
See,
again, we spoke earlier about if you're a nasty bugger in life, chances are you're going to be. It's an interesting one because it's if we believe that there is an afterlife and another realm beyond this, do you take that with you? The spirit, the people who stay here, spirits that stay here for whatever reason, they tend to follow what they did in life. Once you get beyond this realm to heaven or whatever you want to call it or whatever it is, you would hope that you would leave stuff like that behind.
Yeah.
Otherwise, karma really is a bitch.
I know.
If you're carrying the same baggage around with you through every life you're going through, then
that video,
that's frightening.
I'll see if I can get it out, Ian.
I remember when Colin took me around to the site. Colin took me around to the site of an old hospital that's now just an open park.
Yeah.
We were wandering around and I'm telling him we're walking down this corridor. There's a room over here that does this. There's a bit down there that does that. And we walked into one bit and Colin walked through the wall, or what would be the wall during the spirit's time. And after that, I'm like, make sure you follow me because you've just freaked the hell out. Because I'm kind of, when I do things like that, I'm seeing what everybody else can see, but superimposed over the top is the building that used to be there or whatever.
Yeah.
And the bit where Colin walked through the wall, there was a guy sitting in his hospital bed with his blue stripy pajamas. And it looked for all the world like we had just given him a heart attack. Or should I say Colin had just given him a heart attack, because he literally just froze and was staring at Colin. And I'm like, no, reverse. And then follow me so that we're walking through doorways and not walking through walls, because we just terrified that dude just now. And it's like, well, there's nothing of the building there, so he can't be stone tape theory unless the entire building is stone tape theory.
Yeah.
But being that these are people who were shell shocked as well as physical injuries, it may well be that this was one of the shell-shocked people who had maybe come out with PTSD and goodness knows what else, and was able to see us.
Yeah.
And I felt so bad for scaring that dude. Now, that dude's probably been dead for over 100 years, but I felt so bad because we scared that dude.
Yeah, but again, that goes back to what we've said in the past as well about we think of time as linear.
Yeah. Yeah,
He
it could just be a little frequency change.
Yeah, he might still be alive in a parallel universe.
Mm-hmm.
One question I do have: could having mental a controlled mental health, because if anyone is out there watching now, or anyone watches it at a later date, if you do have problems with depression, suicidal thoughts, or anything like that, I'm sure the other three agree, go and get help, because there is help out there.
Definitely.
Don't.
There are plenty of people out there who will listen to you.
I know it sounds hypocritical to a degree, because I went for years not dealing with it myself, but I'm okay.
Even those that aren't ready to go and get proper help, trust in one of your friends.
Yeah, definitely.
So you've got someone to talk it through, even if you're not ready to go for help yet. Make sure one of your close friend circle knows about it, so they can help you. They can help you talk through it, or they can just sit and listen.
Yeah, listening is we've got two of them.
Yeah.
Listening
2 ears and one mouth
massive.
for a reason.
Yeah, but there's two orifices people talk out of. Look at politicians.
Like Keir Starmer saying to Donald Trump that Britain's got freedom of speech.
And they've got rid of 30,000 illegal immigrants.
When it's only more like 4,000.
I had to giggle the other day at work.
Yeah.
A customer at work commented there was no accommodation available in the local town. And he said, for obvious reasons, and me and my colleague both went, well, yeah, because it's the end of July, beginning of August. It's the busiest time of year. Oh, no. They're all here because Trump's landing here.
They clearly hadn't seen some of the posts that people had been putting.
Yes, I can tell you, yes, there were hundreds of people around the boundary of the airbase that he landed at, but they were there to see Air Force One, Air Force Two, Marine One, Marine Two, the Chinooks, and the Sikorskis. They weren't there to see the Tango Man.
No. I mean, to be fair to Mr. Stammer, he is an orifice. So whenever he talks, he's talking out of himself.
Well, there's a guy a couple of days ago, I think it's disgusting, but he spoke out on the immigration situation in Britain, and he got awarded 7.5 years behind bars. Yeah.
Well, look at her who posted about Southport, who's behind bars.
Yeah.
But she didn't actually incite rioting. What she actually said was someone commented the rioting and they're on that threatening. She said, I don't care if they set fire to the place. She didn't say go out and set fire to it.
Yeah.
She said, I don't care if they do.
As well. How true it is, I don't know, because I try not to get involved in politics, but that woman allegedly, there's been a lot coming out that she's been told that if when she comes out she mentions anything that happened to her when she was inside, she'll instantly get put back in.
Well, yeah.
How true that is, I don't know.
I can well believe it, because she's also been stuck in main prison.
Well, apparently, one day last week it came out that she'd been put into solitary for the last little, because she's due to come out soon, isn't she? I think she's only got about 3 months left. Apparently, allegedly, how true it is,
She was
I don't know.
in jail for 4 years, so
Yeah, or allegedly, she's been put into a segregated area in a cell where somebody had just recently offed themselves, and there's feces and all that over the wall. She's not allowed to wash it off, and how true that is.
we don't have a 2-tier system, and you've got a Labour MP who actually physically assaulted one of these and got a slap wrist.
Yeah.
She says she didn't care whether they set fire to a thing because of the, and she's banged up for 4 years, but there's not. And the fact that her husband is a Tory councillor, yeah, says it all.
Yeah, and there was another one that came out today. An old man in his 70s got 4 years in prison for saying about somebody that had SA'd a 14-year-old girl, and he got 26 months, I think it was. He got.
Yeah,
The person that done the essay only got 14 months.
yeah.
That's free
Well,
speech.
believe it. The way my boss is a magistrate, and some of the stories he comes out with and some of the shit that they've got and their hands are tied.
Yeah.
When it comes to sentencing.
Yeah.
They get decrees from on high. And they have to abide by them.
Yeah. It's the whole world has just gone to pot.
Well, we're in a handcart on our way to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, in some senses, medieval law was a bit better, because if the politician or the royals are doing a bad job, the person who kills them gets the job. It's incentive to do a good job.
Yeah.
Well, if they did that, it would wind up all being left to people like us. It might be better.
Politician means servant of the people.
Yeah.
They're not, though, are they?
No.
They're far from
self-serving. Yeah.
They're people with servants nowadays.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
They are self-serving, and I don't give a damn what colour your rosette is.
No. No, I don't. But this country's going, well, the whole world in general is going downhill, to be honest.
Yeah.
But so what are we going to do next, guys?
I don't know.
Anyone that's got a suggestion?
Do you want to redo the cryptids? Which is what we
can do. Yeah, we can do.
It is part 2 cryptids.
Yeah, we have to apologise for not being about last week, but none of us were really very well last week. It was not a good week.
Yeah.
Well, Joe, out of all of us, was the only one who was.
Yeah.
Joe was sitting there waiting, bless him.
Yeah.
Fear is everybody.
I apologize because of the state of my mental health. I'd honestly completely forgotten that I hadn't messages to tell you that it had been cancelled. So I'm not even 100% sure if I put it into Paranormal Anglia whether it had been cancelled or not, to be honest.
Yeah, you did. I remember seeing that, but
I wasn't there.
It was like I got there and there's like, okay, he said he was going to do an Aussie tribute. So is that playing right now? But I couldn't find it. So what's going on here? So I met
that's why I done it. Also for the fact as well, it was his funeral day, bless him. So that'd be one spirit I'd love to come through. I'd love him to be haunting me because it'd be so funny.
I did my own little tribute to Ozzy today for my tour. I'll show you.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
My shades.
Oh, Aussie shades.
Because it's nice and sunny, or was.
There you go.
I did the tour with my Aussie shades.
It's where I am. It's been quite bad. I've had to take the dog out. I've had to have a coat on or something. It's been quite chilly here in Essex.
I did consider taking my fleece to work the other day, but today was fine.
No,
I mean, I've still got both windows open now, as you can hear by the annoying seagulls.
It's not cold here. Then again, I don't tend to feel the cold anyway, because I spent most of my working life, certainly my early working life, working outdoors.
Yeah.
So I don't tend to feel the cold.
That's why some of them still call me the polar bear. It'll be snowing like the Billy O, and I'll have my jacket wide open if I've even got one on.
Yeah. I'm the same. And one of the lads at work, believe it or not, the other week when it was 20 odd degrees, he had his fire on.
Oh, for God's sake.
Not bad.
I sat there, I'd had my dinner, and usually after you've eaten, you feel a little bit lethargic.
Yeah.
But I honestly thought I was coming down with something. The sweat was dripping off me. I'm sat there thinking, Christ almighty, I'm dozing off here.
Yeah.
I went for a pee and he got his fire on full.
Jeez.
Not bad.
No, my classic polar bear one was back in the days when I was on the dole. I used to sign up for the traffic surveys because it's good money for only a couple of days' work.
Yeah.
And we were working in a lay-by that's 3.5 miles away from where I live. And it was snowing and hailstoning the whole day. It's a 12-hour shift.
Oof.
And I walked back from the lay-by home, and I still had hailstones in my boots that weren't melted. As I say,
you Scottish are built differently to the rest of the world.
Yeah, well, I usually get the comment, where there's no sense, there's no feeling.
I used to make the joke that it was because I was built like a polar bear. Of course, I have the temperature resistance of it with all that insulation.
No, it's just the Scottish are built completely different to the rest of the world. But no, well, definitely, I think, we'll go back to cryptids. I think the battlefield one and the theatre one, I'm really shocked at. That done really good.
Yeah, that surprises me, because that,
I thought that would have been one that people would have been interested in. And I put it through vidIQ, did exactly the same things that I'd done with, like, the Haunted Items, for instance. And doing the Haunted Items through vidIQ had nearly 900 views. It got put out to over 80,000 people.
Yeah.
Theatres, I've done exactly the same thing. It recommended it to 103.
Again, this is what winds me up with the bloody algorithms. The bloody thing, the ads it sends through.
Yeah.
And you think, what the? Why am I getting this?
In fairness, with a vidIQ, I've only got like the free package, so there's only, I think it's 3 or 4 things you can change per day.
Yeah.
And it basically gets the idea of what the video is. It goes through the video, goes, right, okay, it's this, that, and the other, and it gives you suggestions and for titles and thumbnails and things like that. I could get the full package, but I can't justify 19 quid a month.
No.
Just to get the thing out and running. But we have gone up to 106 subscribers now, though.
Yay!
So in the
welcome to the madness, people.
so in the, well, it's actually 15 weeks we've been doing this. This is our 13th one, but it's 15 weeks we've been doing it now. We've gone from 43 subscribers up to 106.
Well, I've just pulled it up now and it's saying 105.
Oh, it's gone down to 105, is it?
Yeah, I canceled my subscription.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. To quote Great Show Marks, I don't want to be part of any club that'd have me.
Yeah, that's a fair point. And Joe, come on, mate. The subscription's not that bad. 1 nude picture a month. That's not that much, is it, really?
No.
You've been asking me for 4.
I feel honoured. I haven't been asked for any.
He keeps sending me.
Maybe that should be an insult.
I wouldn't scare anyone like that. But no,
my eyesight's not that good.
I've seen because you know yourselves, my thing has always been cryptids, even more so than the spirit stuff. So I do a lot of looking at the cryptid stuff. Unfortunately, you'll go. It'll be like so and so cryptid zoology documentary, January 2025, and you look at it and think, I watched this one about 15 years ago. All they do is people just download it, put a new thumbnail on it, and
Well,
so. But
you
no,
get things like Skinwalker Ranch.
oh, that's a load of crap. That is.
It's the same crap every bleeding time you see. Well, there's one. It's a Bigfoot one.
Mm.
And they do the same thing. They're banging on trees with bits of wood and bloody. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Yeah, there's another group bloody half a mile away.
So what that did happen a few years ago.
Bloody thing.
That did happen.
Did you hear that?
That happened a few years ago. There was it was actually one of the Bigfoot TV documentaries, and there was filming it, and it knocks and bangs and howls and things like that. And it turns out just some like random people that were into Bigfoot hunting were a few miles away, and they was out there doing the knocks and the bangs, trying to get the Bigfoot. And what they was hearing was the TV crew doing the knocks and bangs.
Yeah. Well, this one, they were on a trail, and they got the infrared cameras. You got the cameras on, and you can see something moving around in the distance. And it could have been a body and everything, and they're making a big thing of it. It's about half a mile away. It's Christ, I'll be down there. I'll be legging it. And then they turn around and says, but our investigation had to end that day, so we had to pack up and go.
You stay half hour longer. Yeah.
If it took an hour longer, if I could prove like that.
You say to the producer
the other day, Carl.
Yeah.
With a Yeti at the side, Bigfoot at the side of they're all dead.
Yeah.
If you'd done that, you'd be the.
You wouldn't just take a photograph. You wouldn't take a photograph of it. Even if you was on a push bike, you would do whatever you could to get that thing to the nearest authority and go, look what I found.
Yeah. Well, it had been on a crossbar and bloody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw it in the trailer.
Or I would have took my t-shirt off, take my jumper off, my coat off, tied it around the bike, tied the other one around the wrist, and just dragged the bloody thing. But it's like it's like I've said before. I mean,
if someone's hit that in a truck, if they've hit it in a bloody 18-wheeler,
it's going to be written off.
The truck off the size of the damn thing.
Yeah. But it's AI for you, isn't it?
It's like when you see the road. It's like when we get the tourists. So it's not a problem if we hit a deer, and I'm like, up here it is. I've seen a stag right off a 4x4 Landy. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like in your parts of the world, but I know in Suffolk, if you hit a deer, the car behind is legally obliged. They've got to stop, and they're supposed to take the deer with them. What you do with it, whether you eat it or bury it or whatever.
In this country, if you hit it, you are not allowed to take the animal.
But the one behind it can.
The one behind you can.
Yeah.
Talking about it breaking a landy, we had a fitter when I worked for a company called Edmund Nuttall, excuse me. Scottish fitter. Him and three of the lads were in a transit up in Scotland, going to one of the sites, and they hit a stag. They were out of the van, straight in the back of the Land Rover, straight in the back of the transit, sets off, and about 10 miles down the road, the bastard woke up.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
How do you explain that your transit van has been wrecked from the inside out? The lad was telling me, he showed me the photos they took after. He says, how do you explain that to your insurance company? He says, we were taking, I'll give you 10 quid if you open the back doors and let it out. Bugger off, you do it. The first thing I'd have done when I got out of the van, because he got a van full of bloody tools, the first thing I'd have done would have been a mashy straight between the eyes and venison steaks.
Or
It
at the
makes
very
sense.
least, if you've got a van full of tools, nail gun.
Well, yeah, anything.
Yeah. So what
But
makes
bloody-
me laugh?
the
You get,
that, I tell you what, it made a good bloody job of wrecking a van.
Yeah.
you get these people. You get these people in America that are like Colorado and places like that that have been out, go out, because hunting's quite a popular pastime out in America, isn't it? And they'll be going out. They'll be shooting like a bear that weighs 1,000 pounds and all this, that, and the other, no problem whatsoever. They see a Bigfoot. They could be the most famous person on the planet. If they shot one and killed it, yet they go, I run away.
Yeah.
Well, personally, I'd shoot them.
I know a while back there was.
I think the big difference between folk like that and Joe Blogg's normal person is most of them go hunting because they know that whatever they're hunting doesn't stand a chance against what they've caught.
Yeah.
And because whether you believe in Bigfoot or not, there's going to be a little bit in the back of your mind that almost believes in it. And because they think that Bigfoot thinks like humans do, they think they're going to come off worse. And I think that's why they do we saw it, but we run away.
Well, I saw one. Wasn't Bigfoot, obviously. But it was a hunting thing. It was a documentary on hunting, and this guy shot this bear and then went off down the trail to get it, except he'd only nicked it. And the bear wasn't very happy.
No, I don't suppose he
There
would.
wasn't a lot left of him. Obviously, being a documentary, the buggers didn't show it, but from all accounts, there wasn't a hell of a lot left of him.
At least the bear got its own bag, though.
Oh yeah, exactly.
The most common thing I've seen on these documentaries.
I'm going to shoot your rifle. Come here.
The most common thing I've seen on documentaries is when people say, "Oh, it couldn't have been a bear." Bears don't throw rocks at people, but there you go.
Yeah.
And
but is that not someone throwing a rock at the bear?
But there's multiple videos out there. Bears do it the same way as like what a person might do with a tennis ball. They're bored.
You just watch them hunting. Just watch the bears hunting the fish. They effectively scoop and throw.
Yeah.
It's what they do. And like all animals, they learn through play. And when it might be a young one playing, it's doing the scoop and throw on a rock before its mom takes it to the river.
But any Bigfoot documentary go, well, it must have been a Bigfoot because a bear doesn't throw rocks at people. But there's dozens upon dozens of videos of bears throwing rocks just to either try and intimidate people or just through sheer boredom.
Pretty much any animal that has anything that resembles and works like a hand is going to pick stuff up and throw it just for the sheer what happens if.
What happens if I do this? Yeah.
Well,
just look at
I slap you on the head with this big paw.
Exactly.
Oh, and the one I've seen going about Facebook a lot on, I think they're called Bigfoot Believers. I follow them. In fairness, I follow them just so I can take the piss out of them. But it's a image that's clearly a silverback gorilla, and a lot of people said I think it was the Bronx Zoo. It's one of the famous gorillas that was there.
Yeah.
And all you got is the head and the top and a part of a bush. And people have even put the actual video out. It's a silverback and it's holding a branch. Yeah, they're saying this is a Bigfoot in the top of a tree. So but there's people out there. Look at the one the other week, the Bigfoot that was chasing the woman on the bike. Somebody was taking a photograph of a woman on a bike. A Bigfoot was chasing. So rather than help the woman on the bike, they're standing there taking photos, and the Bigfoot had Nikes on.
Yeah. Well, with that, it should have had the
Of course
Benny Hill
they
music.
Nikes.
Yeah.
So
What else
but no,
is he gonna wear?
sorry, Joe.
What else is he gonna wear? Gotta have the Nikes if you're running.
Well, yeah, he might not like Adidas.
That's
Adidas.
But no, we can do if all three of you are okay with doing cryptids part 2. We can do cryptids part 2.
Yeah.
I'm
I've already
perfect.
done my research, so I'm good.
Oh yeah, well, I'd do it anyway. Like I'd do it just for sheer fun anyway, watching cryptid stuff. But yeah, I'm happy with cryptids. Unfortunately, we've only had we only had the 6 watching today. No one's coming.
Yeah.
Tell a lie. We've had Colin and Perry
Yeah.
briefly say hello. I don't know if they're still watching.
Excuse
We've had
me.
some bloke called Ian mention something as well.
Yeah,
so-
I noticed
Yeah.
that one.
Well, I did say they had to ask nicely, Joe.
But that's been fun as always, guys. I probably won't sleep again tonight because the old chemicals are working 10 to the dozen now. So, but you know, I appreciate all 3 of you because doing this really does help my mental health. And it's just a laugh with a load of mates taking the piss out of each other and talking about something that we love.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes,
You know,
exactly.
We've all had
Here.
multiple experiences and all that. One I was toying with in the future, could people like we've seen spirits, there's people out there that are mediums and they can be 100% spot on because I had the one the other week that I was telling you about. But could it be inherited thing from way back in the day of cavemen days as they were starting to become humans and starting to get the concept of death? It's part of the actual human DNA to see spirits when there isn't actually anything there, but it's ingrained in our DNA to see things. If that makes sense.
Certainly something to consider.
Well, looking at the old religions before people identified any kind of god or great creator spirit,
Yeah.
everybody sent messages up to their great granny and granda back in the day before we had religions.
Yeah.
Ancestor for the big thing, yeah.
Yeah. In fairness, the amount of arguments I've had with like on Facebook and TikTok with Christians and that, and it's surprising how many atheists know more about the Bible than Bible reading church going Christians actually know about.
But the thing with that is atheists, you'll find that like most people who take an interest in things actually do the research.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dad
you know
was an
somebody's
atheist,
going to
but-
come at you, so you do your research, so you've got something
My
to come
dad-
back with.
Yeah, my dad was
And
an
it's-
atheist, but he knew his religion inside out. He brought
Yeah.
up with Sunday school and all the rest of it, but he loved reading. And I'll never forget Jehovah's Witnesses when he came round.
I
He
had
had
one yesterday actually.
absolutely rips him for 2.5 hours, and the only reason he got out of the house was because my mum was due home from work, and he said, "I've just got to go and put the kettle on for the Queen's coming home." Well, we'll leave you to it. We'll leave you to it. And you used to see him. They'd come down our street when he'd stand on the corner and divvy up who was going to what house. But they never came to our house again.
So that's what makes me laugh with a lot of the Christians on TikTok that I argue with. They'll go, "Oh, because you don't believe in God, you're going to go to hell," and this, that, and the other. Number one, there's certain tribes around the world in the Amazon and on little islands and that have never ever heard of Jesus Christ or God or anything like that. So what? Because they've never heard of them, they don't worship them, they automatically go to hell.
But hell
Well,
itself is a Christian construct, so if you don't believe in any of the other Christian stuff, hell doesn't exist either.
But the thing is, hell is a not modern, but it compared to the actual concept is a relatively modern thing because before the Christian hell, it was I can't pronounce it, but Sheol. That was what their belief was before hell came up.
I mean, you look at religious practices in this country. the Dark Ages and the like, when there was a god of trees, there was a god of rivers, there was they worship whatever. You look at the Vikings.
Yep.
Look
There's
at the
18
Hindus.
different gods. There's thousands of them, and then Christianity.
Look at the Hindus. The Hindus have got over 3 million different gods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny.
I do think the Egyptian ones are quite funny, though, with my juvenile sense of humor. Because of how the first 2 generations of the Egyptian gods started.
Yeah.
One god was having fun all by himself, and the 3 drops that hit the ground became the next generation of Egyptian gods.
Yes.
And it goes on in a similar vein all the way through.
Oh, according to the Egyptians, the sun's a big ball of shit. Being
Just
pushed
like
around by a beetle and it's walking on its own.
It's like I've said to Christians, they've gone, what's in the Bible is 100% correct. So I went, the sun goes around the earth then, does it? They don't like that.
A lot of them believe that.
Yeah,
but it's like you have a go at the Christians because that's how we were raised Christian. But if you read into a lot of the other religions, I mean, Islam, I've had people, Muslims, trying to tell me that our Bible's based on the Quran. The Bible was around for thousands of years before your bloody religion even existed. Your religion's about 2,000 years old.
I actually got blocked by Christians today because I was having an argument with them about Zoroastrianism is a lot older than Christianity.
Yeah.
And no, it weren't. And I literally took a screenshot of it. And Zoroastrianism is between 600 and 1,300 years older than Christianity, and they blocked me.
But it's like you get that in any walk of life.
Yeah.
Look at today now. There's people who believe that Stammer's doing a wonderful job.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen that up today, yeah.
And they'll tell you, he's doing a great job. He's getting rid of all these immigrants. Well, they're not illegal immigrants. Well, yeah, they are. They destroy the documents and come over here on small boats. They are illegal. No, they're not. They're refugees. They're seeking asylum. Well, last time I looked,
between the ages of 20 and 45.
Yeah, Central Europe.
I said
at war with anybody.
There was a woman that put a post on there saying, people should stop having to go at the refugees and all that. I went, no, they're illegals, and she got really funny with me. I went, okay, if one of them walks into your house without your permission, are they there illegally? She went, well, no, of course they're not. I went, well, they're in the country illegally.
Well, yeah, they are, because there is no law of trespass. Certainly not in Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there is in England.
As long as you're not breaking anything, moving anything, or damaging anything, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, as long as you three are okay with it, we'll go.
We'll go cryptids too.
So, you all right with that, Joe?
Yep.
I have an example of debunking a cryptid thing. I will send you the photo through the week.
Yeah.
So that you can use it if we decide to use it. So
if it's that one of me coming out the pub, it's been debunked several times.
Apparently there has been an increase in up Ian's way. There's been an increase in dogman sightings, dogman type creature sightings, and there's also been an increase in Bigfoot type sightings in Britain as well over the past year or so. Oh, Joe's gone.
He's had enough of us.
We went too far off topic.
They have a topic.
We
always go off topic.
Yeah.
We're never on topic.
Every time.
For Bigfoot, next week, I've got a story for you. A friend of mine just had an encounter up in Washington State. So I'll talk about it next week.
Yeah.
No.
I've got his write up of what happened to him. He's one of my paranormal buddies.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that should be.
He's got the big write up, and he doesn't know what it was, but his description isn't human. So we'll find out. I'll let you. That's a good cliffhanger to jump off of.
Did he get any pictures?
No, he didn't have a camera
Ah,
The cryptid
other than his phone.
That's how you know it's a proper cryptid. They only show when you haven't got your camera out your pocket.
Yeah.
mm.
Yeah, I was
Well,
about to ask him, did you get any blurry pictures?
Yeah.
But,
You walk around with a jar of Vaseline to smear on your lens as well.
As long as it's
Yeah,
only on the lens.
it's decent. So I'll put it up next week.
Excellent. Now that's a cliffhanger to wait for.
Yes.
Right.
Definitely.
So I'm assuming. Well, 6 we got. We got 6. We've had Perry briefly said something.
Mm-hmm.
Colin
Untold.
briefly said something. So, but unfortunately, we didn't get as many this week. But
No.
Eileen didn't show up. So, mind you, actually thinking about it, I don't think I sent them the link. I think I forgot. Well, I can't remember. Hopefully, this one, more than anything, is we have got off topic, but we always do. But as Ian said, there's because of the way the brain works, you can't prove neither here nor there whether an autistic person, BPD, PTSD, schizophrenic, whether he is a spirit or not.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it is an interesting thought. So, guys, as I said, I really appreciate all you doing this with me each week because it really does help me.
I'm trying to save the dreamies from the dreamy monster.
All I can say is I'm glad that camera's
I'm glad,
not.
Otherwise, we would have been finishing the live stream with a cat starfish.
I need a sponsor.
Right in the cat's
I
eye.
need a sponsor.
Yeah, dreams, if you want to sponsor us, feel free.
Other cat foods are available.
Right, guys, it's been fun as always discussing. I shall speak to you when I speak to you. Have fun for the evening.
Yes.
And you guys, take
Take
care.
care.
See you all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.